Hello students, today we start our continue topic of detailed specification of different items or various items. So today we discuss about the first we select item is a cement concrete in a foundation. So here we take a ratio is a 1 raised to 4 raised to 8. So the proportion, first we discuss about the proportion. So the proportion of the material shall be 1 raised to 4 raised to 8, means here 1 part of the cement, 4 part of the sand, and 8 part of the aggregate by the volume uh, is calculated. And here we discuss about the material. So here cement, sand and aggregate, three types of the material is generally used, and in extra we add a water. So here let's we start from first material, cement. So cement shall be used is a fresh Portland cement conforming to IS 269 up to date, or rapid hardening cement, or blast furnace slag cement, or high alumina cement. Approved specification is generally used, and the minimum compressive strength of ordinary Portland cement as per the standard IS 269 should be 17.5 Newton per mm square. So here this type of the cement is generally used in cement concrete in a foundation of a ratio 1 raised to 4 raised to 8. We also use the fine aggregate to prepare concrete. So the fine aggregate shall be conformed to IS 383 up to date, and it shall be clean, sharp, hard and angular grains, and shall pass from the 4.75 mm IS sieve, and it should be free from dust, dirt, vegetable and organic matter, and sea sand shall not be generally used. And in a construction industry we only use the river or a pit sand generally used in a construction industries. Sea sand cannot be used due to salty material inside of the sand. Now third material we use to prepare a concrete is a coarse aggregate. So coarse aggregate shall be hard broken stone of a granite similar stone, and it should be hard, strong and durable material, and it should be free from soft, friable, thin, flat, elongated, flaky particles, and it should be clean and free from dust, dirt, vegetable and organic matter unless specially mentioned. And the size of the coarse aggregate shall be 20 mm graded down, and shall be retained in a 5 mm square mesh sieve. And at the last we add the water. So water shall be clean and reasonably free from injurious qualities of materials such like oil, acid, alkali, salt, vegetable growth, etc. So here in a construction industry we generally use the potable water or a underground water we generally use, or a pure drinking water we generally use in a making of the concrete. Now next third point is a mixing. So here there are two types of the mixing is done in on a site. First one is a hand mixing, and second one is a machine mixing. So in a uh, hand mixing by batches shall be permitted for a small work only, and normally all structural concrete shall be mixed in a mixture machine, and hand mix shall be employed only in a special cases with a specific prior permission of the engineer in charge. And the mixing shall be done in a clean watertight masonry platform, or a concrete slab or a steel platform is generally used during the hand mixing. And measure quantity of sand shall be uh, spread evenly on the platform, and the cement shall be dump on the sand and distributed evenly, and the sand and cement shall be mixed thoroughly with a spade, and turning the mixture over and over again until it is of even color throughout. And then the measured quantity of the coarse aggregate shall be spread out, and cement sand mixture shall be spread on its top, and this shall be mixed at least 3 times by the soling and turning over the twist by center to side. And Then after a hollow shall be made in the middle of the mixed pile, and 3/4 of the total quantity of the water required to be added uh, while material is turned in towards the center wide spates, and the remaining quantity of the water shall be added slowly, uh, turning the whole mixture over and over again until the uniform color consistency is obtained throughout the pile. And the mixing platform, uh, at the end, we watch the mixing platform at the end of the day. Now second type of the mixing is a machine mix. So the mixer drum shall be flushed clean with water, and a measured quantity of the dry coarse aggregate shall be placed first in the drum, and then measured quantity of the sand and cement is added, and the dry material shall be mixed in the mixing drum at least 4 tons of the drum, after which the measurement quantity of water shall be added gradually and slowly with a water while the drum is in a motion. Here, when we add the water, plastic mix required workability. So the material shall be mixed in a drum for a period of the 2 minutes, and until uniform color and consistency are obtained. So these are the main thing. Uniform colors and consistency is a main thing of the mixing. When we add 2 or 3 materials, so if the mix is properly, so we got a uniform color, and we got a uniform consistency. Now fourth point is the laying of the concrete. So concrete should be shall be laid gently, not a thrown in a layer not exceeding the 50 centimeter, and compacted by a pinning with rod and tamping with a wooden tamper or with a mechanical vibrator until a dense concrete is obtained. Now compaction shall be completed before the initial setting start. So within 30 minutes, after addition of the water, within 30 minutes we use the concrete, and over vibration which will separate the coarse aggregate from the concrete should be avoided. Now fifth and important point of the concrete is a curing. So freshly laid concrete shall be protected from the rain by a suitable covering. So this point is valid when the concreting is done on a rainy season. So here in a rainy season, fresh laid concrete shall be protected by the suitable cover, so like plastic sheets, and after the concrete has been hardened about 1 to 2 hours after its laying, it shall be covered with a wet gunny bags. So here wet gunny bags or a jute bag is generally used for a curing purpose, and after 24 hours of a laying of the concrete, the surface shall be cured by flooding with a water, or by sprinkling of the water, or covering with a wet absorbent materials, and the curing shall be done at least for 14 days. So minimum 14 days period curing is compulsory required for the RCC work or concrete work. And at the last, sixth point is measurement and rate. So measurement shall be taken in a meter cube for the exact dimension as per the drawing. So as per the drawing, we know about the drawing. So in a drawing, length, width and thickness of the concrete work is already given in a drawing. So the measurement shall be taken in the form of the meter cube, and rate shall be for the complete work including the belling of water, timber of trenches and compaction, curing etc. included in a total rate. Means final rate we include all these things with material and with labor charge. Also we include the formwork, timber trenches, compaction or a vibrating machine, curing etc. should be already added in a rate. Now next important point is RCC, means reinforced cement concrete. So here some of the standard specification is given, one by one we discuss. So first specification given is a proportion. So here we take a proportion like a 1:1.5:3. So here 1 part of the cement, 1.5 part of the sand, and 3 part of the aggregate by volume we take and mix properly. And here we generally, second point is material. So we generally use main four materials: cement, sand, aggregate, and water. But here another material we use as a reinforcement, means steel is used. So also we include in a RCC, we also include the steel material. So let's we start our first material. So cement shall be fresh Portland cement conforming to IS 269 up to date, or rapid hardening cement, or a blast furnace slash cement, or a high alumina cement of approved specification are generally used. And minimum compressive strength of ordinary Portland cement as per the IS 269 is 17.5 Newton per mm square. So this value we got after 28 days when we prepare a cube of 15 centimeter by 15 centimeter by 15 centimeter dimension. We prepare a cube, and after 28 days we got a strength is a 17.5 Newton per mm square. It's a compressive strength of the OPC. And next point is next material we use in RCC work is a fine aggregate uh, as a sand. So fine aggregate shall conform IS 383 up to the date, and this sand is a clean, sharp, hard, and angular grain, and shall pass from the 4.5 IS sieve. So it should be free from dust, dirt, vegetable, and organic matter. And generally sea sand shall not be used. We use the river or a pit sand in a construction industries. Now third type of the material we use as a coarse aggregate. So coarse aggregate shall be hard broken stone of a granite or a similar stone, and it should be hard, strong, durable, and dense material, and it should be free from soft, friable, thin, flat, elongated, flaky particles, and it should be clean and free from dust, dirt, vegetable, organic matter unless specially mentioned. And the size of the coarse aggregate shall be 20 mm graded down, and shall be retained in a 5 mm square mesh sieve. Now next type of the material we use as a water. So water shall be clean and reasonable, free from injurious quality of deleterious materials such as oil, acid, alkali, salt, vegetable growth. And generally we use the potable water used in a construction industries. And here new material is used as a steel reinforcement. So here steel reinforcement bar shall be mild steel Fe250, and HYSD bar so is a high yield strand deformed bar. So HYSD Fe415 and Fe500 of a standard specification is generally used, and it shall be free from corrosion, loose rust, scale, oil, grease, paint, etc., and which may destroy or reduce the bond. So the steel bar should be shall be round and capable being the bent without any fracture. So when we bend the steel bar, so it is not a brittle material, so it is not a fracture from the bending part, so it's easily bent without fracture. And bar shall be hook and bent accurately and placed in a position as per the design. So this design is made by the structural engineer, and as per the design we use the different types of the bar, like different diameter of the bar generally used for the column, beam, slab, etc., and for to prepare stirrups we use the small diameter of the bar. Small diameter bars is generally used in a stirrups, and joint in a bar should be avoided as far as possible when the joint have to be made at a overlap 40 times of the diameter of the bar shall be given with a proper hook at the end, and joint should be staggered, and joint should be located at a point where the neither shear force or a bending moment is maximum. Now while concreting, steel bars shall be given side at a bottom cover, and concrete by placing precast concrete cover block underneath of the 1:2 cement mortar of a 25 by 25 mm in a section, and the thickness of the specified cover is 15 to 20 mm for a slab, and 40 to 50 mm for a beam, and for a 60 to 75 mm for a footing. So during the laying and compacting of the concrete, reinforcing bars should not move from their position, and bands should not be straightened. Now next and third point is centering and shuttering. So the centering for the concrete work shall be sufficiently strong, rigid, and good in condition. So as to turn out good smooth finishes, and the formwork shall include all the forms of temporary or permanent nature required to use the during the casting of the concrete, and the material for a formwork shall be timber or a steel plates or a polywood sheets or any other material like plastic sheets also use in a formwork, and as per the instruction given by the engineer in charge, we use the different material formwork. Now third point is the mixing. So as per we discussed in last slide, discuss in cement concrete. So mixing is two types of the mixing: hand mix and machine mix. So here hand mix is where shall be permitted for the small work, and normally all the structural concrete shall be mixed in a mixer machine, and hand mix shall be employed only in a special cases with a special prior permission of the engineer in charge, and the mixing shall be done on a clean watertight masonry platform or a concrete slab or a steel platform is generally used, and a measured quantity of the sand shall be spread evenly on the platform, and then after above the sand, cement shall be dumped on the sand and distributed evenly. The sand and cement shall be mixed thoroughly with a spade and turning the mixture over and over again until it is even colored throughout, and the measured quantity of the coarse aggregate shall be spread out, and the cement sand mixture shall be spread on the top, and this shall be mixed at least 3 times by this swirling and turning over by twisting from center to side. Now a hollow shall be made in the middle of the mixed pile, and 3/4 of the total quantity of the water required shall be added while the material is turned inner toward the center with a spade, and the remaining quantity of the water shall be added slowly, turning the whole mixture over and over again until a uniform color consistency is obtained throughout the pile, and the mixing platform shall be washed at the end of the day. And second type of the mixing is a machine mix. So the mixer drum shall be flushed and cleaned with the water, and measured quantity of the dry coarse aggregate shall be placed in the first drum, and the measured quantity of the sand and cement is added, and the dry material shall be mixed in a mixture drum at least 4 tons of the drum, after which measured quantity of the water shall be added gradually and slowly with a water can while drum is in a motion to give a plastic mix required workability, and the material shall be mixed in a drum for a period of the not less than 2 minutes. It's more than 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. Rotate drum until a uniform color or consistency are obtained. Now next is the laying of the concrete. Next point is the laying. In a laying of the concrete shall be laid gently in a layer of not exceeding 15 centimeter, and compacted by the pinning with a rod and tamping with a wooden tamper or by vibrator, and dense concrete is obtained, and compaction shall be completed before the initial setting start. So within 30 minutes of addition of water to dry mixture, we complete the compaction work, and over vibration which separate the coarse aggregate from the concrete should be avoided. And next point is the curing. So here press laid concrete shall be protected from the rain by suitable covering. So generally we use the plastic sheets, and after the concrete has been hardened about 1 to 2 hours, after its laying, it should be covered with a wet gunny bags. And after 24 hours laying of the concrete, surface shall be cured by the flooding with water or by sprinkle of the water or a cover with absorbent material, and the curing shall be done for a minimum period of the 14 days. Now last point is the measurement and rate. So measurement shall be taken in the cubic meter for exact dimension as per the drawing, and the rate shall be complete work including the bailing of water, timber of the trenches, compaction, curing, bar bending, and formwork, and also if we include the any material like waterproofing etc., is also included in a rate. Now next point is first class brickwork in cement mortar. Cement mortar proportion we take is 1:6. So here in this first class brickwork, so material we use the brick, then after cement and sand and water. So here all four materials are important materials, so one by one we discuss on it. So brick we use the in a first class brickwork we use the standard size of the brick, 19 by 9 by 9 centimeter is a first class of the standard specification, and they shall be in a regular size and shape with sharp edges and corner. And when we struck two bricks with each other, so we listen clear ringing sound, and they shall be uniformly deep red color or a copper color, and free from cracks, chips, efflorescence flows, and lumps of any kind. And dry brick shall not be absorbed the more than 24 hours 20% of the water by the weight when immersed in the water for 24 hours, and the brick should not be broken when they drop flat on a hard ground from the 1 meter height. So these are the basic requirement of the bricks when we use in a first class brickwork of a ratio 1:6 cement mortar. Now next material we use is cement. So as a standard we discuss about the material cement. So cement shall be used Portland cement conforming to IS 269 up to date, or rapid hardening cement, or blast furnace slag cement, high alumina cement of a approved specification. And the minimum compressive strength of the OPC is as per the IS 269 should be 17.5 Newton per mm square. Now next material is used as a fine aggregate. So generally sand as per the IS 383 up to date, it shall be clean, sharp, hard, and angular grain shall be passed from the 4.75 mm ISA, and it's free from the dirt, vegetable, and organic matter. And generally we use the river or peat sand in place of the sea sand. So sea sand is not generally used in construction industries. Now next material is the water. So water use shall be clean and reasonably free from injuries. Quality of the material like oil, acid, alkali, salt, vegetable growth, and generally potable water shall be used. Second important point for the specification is a mortar. So in a mortar specification, the brick shall be done with a specified mortar, mixing the ingredient in a specific proportion like 1:6. So here one part of the cement and 6 part of the sand is mixed in a this mix is generally used as a mortar. And in case of the cement mortar, the unit of the measurement of the cement bag of the cement shall be taken in a meter cube is 0.035 cubic meter, and sand in a specific proportion shall be measured in a box like 35 centimeter by 25 centimeter by 40 centimeter. This type of the box is generally we use in a sand specification, and sand shall be measured on the basis of its dry volume. Now Material of a mortar shall be first mixed dry to uniform a color on a clean masonry platform, and then mixed by adding the clean water slowly and gradually to have a workable consistency, and mixed through by turning at least 3 times. And freshly mixed mortar shall be used within in a 30 minutes after adding the water. Now next important specification for the first class brickwork is a soaking of a brick. So all the bricks shall be thoroughly soaked in a water by submerging them in a clean water for a period of the 12 hours immediately before use. And also we sprinkle the water before using. Fourth point of the fourth specification for a first class brickwork is a laying. So bricks shall be laid in a English bond unless and otherwise specified. So every course shall be truly horizontal and wall shall be truly in a plumb. So here vertically we check vertically your constructed wall is vertically going on or not. So vertical joints of the consecutive course shall not come directly over one another. Vertical joint alternate course shall be come directly over one another. Now bricks shall be laid with a frog upward, except that the top course where the frog shall be placed downward direction, and no damaged brick or a broken brick shall be used. So generally uh, we use the standard brick, and no any type of the brick bed is used except required of the brick bed, and selected base shape of the brick shall be used for the face bulk, and mortar joints shall not exceed 6 mm in a thickness, and joints shall be fully filled with a mortar. So the height of the brickwork shall not be rise more than 1 meter in a day. So here maximum brickwork shall be done is a 1 meter in a day, and all constructed brickwork shall be carried out simultaneously. No portion of the work shall be left more than 1 meter below the rest of the work, and where this is not possible, stepping shall be left after angle 45 degree, and all joints shall be erect, and face of wall clean at the end of each day's work. Now next specification for the first class brickwork is the curing. So the brickwork shall be cured for the period of at least 10 days after laying. So here compulsory sprinkling of the water is required for a brickwork, and at the end of the days of the work, tops of walls shall be flooded with water by making small weak mortar adjoining to contain at least 2.5 centimeter deep water. And sixth important point is a scaffolding. So necessary and suitable scaffolding shall be provided to facilitate the construction of a brick wall, and scaffolding shall be sound and strong so as to withstand all load likely to comes upon them. Now seventh specification for the first class brickwork is a measurement. So brickwork shall be measured in a meter cube, and different kind of the brickwork with a different mortar shall be taken under a separate item. So the thickness of the wall shall be taken as a multiple of a half brick as a half brick 10 centimeter, one and half brick as a 20 centimeter, one brick as a 30 centimeter, and so on. So the rate shall be for a complete work including the scaffolding and tools and plants. Now here today we discuss about the first class brickwork, RCC work, and plain cement concrete work, PCC work, or only cement concrete work. Now in next lecture we discuss on another materials or another work. Thank you.